Alafia, peace, blessings, healing, love, lights, birth, magic, all the things. So come in the room, guys, because I got something that is just on my heart and I have to make a quick video on it. I'm going to try to say what I want to say and get it out as fast as possible so that I'm not on a soapbox here. But we've got to talk about this epidemic. We've got to talk about the word induction. I'm going to share an experience with you. I'm not going to name any names, facilities, hospitals, doctors, or what have you. I recently had a client, visited with a client, and first time mom, healthy girl, no red flags, no type of high risk issues within her pregnancy up until this point. And I heard a doctor tell this woman, so you want to go ahead and just schedule an induction? What? Why? Why are we scheduling inductions for unnecessary, non-high risk pregnancies? What I want ladies to know, especially women of color, there are three things which are my philosophies in my business that I'm telling you, you've got to focus on. You've got to, number one, educate yourself. Before you walk into these doctor offices or the hospital, please be prepared. And I don't mean read a bunch of medical dictionaries. I mean, be prepared with your questions. If the doctor tells you, let's induce you, the question will be, well, why? Is this absolutely medically necessary? What are the risks of induction? Is there another way? Is there natural ways that I can induce, which basically to get my baby to come? And what do I mean when I say induction? Induction is basically taking medicine or tools of some sort to help your baby along to basically be delivered earlier than if we would just not have any intervention. And so some of the risks for that, obviously baby could not be finished, cannot be done in the cooker. What you have to understand with induction, ladies, is that it is an intervention of sorts. And there's something in the medical field and the birthing community that we call the cascade of interventions. And what does that mean? That means when a physician or a doctor starts to tamper with natural processes like childbirth, when they wiggle something, something else gets loose. And then they have to move over to this section and move this here. So essentially what happens in induction is they'll give you medicine to make you, contract that Pitocin, and you'll start to contract unnaturally. The baby will come or maybe not come. If baby doesn't come and they've been pumping you with Pitocin, most likely it could lead to a C-section. And a lot of times women aren't given this full spectrum of a big picture on what we're talking about in induction. So it is a doctor essentially tweaking when your baby is born. I understand that we all have lives. I understand that we don't want to sit around and wait for baby girl, for an extra 2 weeks. But sisses and queens and queen mothers, we have got to start getting a handle on the word induction and throwing it around like it's, do you take cream in your coffee? It is a serious process. And so this particular situation, when I was in the room, you know me, I had to bite my tongue because I'd already educated my client on what essentially happens in a lot of birth situations with our Black moms. We cannot be put in positions where we feel like we are sick. We're not sick, we're pregnant. We cannot be put in positions where physicians are telling us things that they're not giving us a complete informed consent. You have to be able to understand and ask all the questions before you make these types of decisions. If there is an issue with your baby, baby's not moving, you got fetal movement low, the vital signs on you or baby is not great, heartbeat, things like that, that's when an induction is absolutely necessary. and we've got to get baby out because we want, of course, health in life for mom and baby. But the word induction, throwing it around, just like it's an option, has become normalized. And sometimes, and this is speaking just outside of birth for a moment, sometimes in life when you do something for a long time or you do something for a certain period of time, you have to have an experience that kind of like reflames that fire. Like, oh, okay, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because there's no way, we're needed. Doulas, if you are out there and you see this, you are needed. Black doulas, you are definitely needed, because our moms need to know. They need to know what is going on in their bodies. They need to know what these doctors are telling them. They need to just learn their own research, do their own evidence-based research. So when you walk in, you're prepared to make those decisions. Another reason why I wanted to make the video on induction is because I was shocked at how many moms are having inductions and not knowing what it actually is. And I've already kind of explained earlier in the video what we're talking about. Medical procedure, medicine, normally to get that baby out early. Here's something also for your train of thought. If a doctor says we need your baby to come out early, or you're going to have your baby on September 30th, come rain or come shine, we're scheduling your baby to be born, try this on for size. Your due date is only an estimated date. So when you walk into a doctor's office and you say, my due date is April the 1st, April the 1st is only a rough estimate, depending on how well you keep track of your menstrual cycle, depending on your time period of your cycle, whether it's 28 days or longer or shorter. Very few women deliver on that actual estimated due date, which is why it's called estimated. So if we're taking a baby in your womb from an estimated time that they should arrive, and we're pushing them out even earlier without a medical reason, you understand where I'm going with this. It could create other issues for mom and baby. So please make sure that when you are going to your OB appointments, when you're talking to your birthing professionals, that you're asking these questions, because I've seen so many moms, get handed here's your pass for induction. You'll have a baby before, Christmas, because it's convenient. And we're not thinking about the repercussions. And thankfully, because of my career, I've not had a mom induced so far. And one of the reasons for that is there's also natural induction techniques, ladies. Do what you did to get pregnant. Do you know sex is the best induction there is? Oh, yes, it's the best. We just had a baby because the girl said she didn't want to be pregnant no more. I said, get your husband and tell him, let's go. You're done being pregnant. Getting on the breast pump, even before, when you're in labor or you're close to your due date, get on the breast pump. What you're doing in sex and breast pump and tease, you're encouraging and you're producing oxytocin, which is a hormone already in your body that starts kicking in your contractions. And so you don't need to necessarily go to the doctor to get a synthetic version, which is Pitocin. There are things you can do. I have bargained with OBs, y'all. I've said, look, doctor, if I can't get this baby to come out naturally in a week, then we'll be back for an induction. And I've never had an issue. And so I wanted to pop on today, give you a little bit of background about the word induction, what we're really talking about, what it could lead to if it's not medically necessary. Understand the disclaimer, if it is not medically necessary for you. And I want you to understand that there are options to trying it naturally first. I understand you're tired of being pregnant, you're ready to meet your baby, you're done, and you're close to that due date. There are things you can do. Squatting. I mean, we have options. And so I also, the last part of it is I wanted you to understand the disproportionate amount of Black women who are having inductions absolutely unnecessarily and then ending up in a C-section. And that's not what we want. So keep your education first. please reach out on, you can send me a DM, you can email me, you can text me. My phone number is on my Facebook page. But just, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, because my heart sank when I listened to a physician tell a mom, well, let's just schedule that and get that knocked out. That's just not the way that Mother Earth, the Creator, intended it. So be blessed, be encouraged, reach out if you need to, and stay safe and well. Adabo.